Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. Okay, everyone, the blooming deals are here. Double validity on our Mahapack and 80% discount, 79% flat plus 1% on our app. Matlab, download the app and get this particular discount right away. Go ahead and please download our website, download our app, and otherwise go on to our website and use the code Y541, everyone. Use the specific code Y541 and download the app and download the use this particular code, and you will get 80% discount on our Mahapack and other courses as well, and double validity is also there on Mahapacks. So go ahead and look out for the JIB CIB combined Mahapack because you can invest it right away, right? So this would be really beneficial as these benefits really go a long way, because almost 1 year, 2 year validities are available. That means if you're planning for JIB and CIB, sufficient time to prepare and little investment and maximum benefit is definitely available in this case. Done. Okay, so let's begin with the practice questions today. Today, I think I'll be covering more of costing and income tax together in this area. Marginal costing technique is useful for make or buy, profit planning, shutdown decisions, or all of the above. But the marginal costing is basically related to the area of variable costing. ठीक है ना? It talks about variable costing in detail. So if it is considering that either I make things or not, that is make or buy. Either I should make it or buy it. So that is make or buy. Then we have profit planning. See, I can increase my profit if I have more of I control my variable cost. If it is more, then I have problems. Shutdown cost. See, during the COVID period, the organizations have to decide whether they should continue working or they should put their work on halt. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to survive now. So, is this so they had to find what is the cost if they could have continued their organization, then what's the amount, and then we talk about the shutdown cost. Shutdown cost means if they work put the entire work on hold completely, how much time will it take further? So this is what we talk about this entire area. So answer is all of the above. Okay, marginal costing includes all of these together. Which one is not a feature of budgetary control? What do you mean by budgetary control, everyone? Budgetary control talks about the budget of the organization. Budgetary control means talk about we think of how much money we need in the upcoming future, isn't it? We need to think about it, how much money we need in the future, how much production we need to make in the upcoming future, how do we work in the upcoming future. We have to be very much open towards this entire area, right? So budgetary control is basically a tool for management control, an instrument for delegation and authority, an instrument for evaluating the overall performance or a statement of budget and forecasts. The correct answer is D, everyone. It's a statement of budget. Matlab, you are preparing how much expenses and incomes you will be incurring in the upcoming future, and forecast. Forecast matlab anticipating the future expenses. We're trying to find the forecast of it, right? It's a statement of budget and forecast. Which of the following items would be specifically included in the statement of cash flows constructed in compliance with AS3? Conversion of debt to equity, acquiring an asset through lease, operating and non-operating cash flow information, purchasing a building by giving a mortgage to the seller. Cash flow statement. Cash flow statement is basically based upon inflow. Okay. Inflow or outflow. Conversion of debt to equity is not part of input or output of cash. Acquiring an asset through lease, if you're not making a payment, not a relevant information. Operating and non-operating cash flow information, that can be the point. Purchasing a building by giving a mortgage to seller, there is no movement of cash. There's only one point where there actually is a movement of cash. Operating and non-operating cash flow information. You say that this is my regular business, that is called operating activities, and whatever is not operating will either go in investing activities, which talks about where we put our money, and financing activities. Okay, so again, the blooming deeds are here, everyone. If you're looking forward towards your purchase of the JIIB modules, you're looking forward towards JIIB entire JIIB 4 subjects, or you're looking forward to or 4 subjects test series, then you're also planning, you need to have both bilingual and English medium access. You want to go through ebooks as well, then go ahead with the JIIB Mahapack. And if you're planning for CIB as well, then go for JIIB and CIB Mahapack, because that's available at the lowest cost. It would be very pocket friendly if you look forward to it. Don't forget to use the code Y541. Right? Okay, now this is about the second point. Now let's move on to the question. As I told you, today's class is more towards module D. Costing done. Second thing that we did was direct tax. Third that we are covering is indirect tax. So this is pure module D that we are covering today. An individual gets an option to choose between an existing tax rate and the new concessional tax rate under which section? 115 BAA, BAB, triple B, or 115 BAC? This is a question from our IIBF book itself, everyone. What's the correct answer? Go ahead. What's the correct answer, everyone? There are different sections. The section that we are covering here is what exactly, according to you? Is it BAA, BAB, triple B, or BAC? The correct answer is BAC. ठीक है, this is the new scheme. मतलब this is actually the MAT criteria which we consider when we are taking the specific topic in consideration. Like what is the amount of tax you should pay? ठीक है, this is covered under 115 BAC. Again, there are different cash tax provisions, but thankfully in your examination, hardly a glimpse of the entire topic is covered. So not much trouble for you, definitely for sure. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The correct, okay. Which of the following statements are true about deferred tax asset as per Ind AS? But the deferred tax asset or a deferred tax liability is what? This is a situation where your organization is having a fight between Companies Act and Income Tax Act. ठीक है, so deferred tax asset should be classified as current assets, deferred tax liabilities should be current liabilities. वैसे ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता, both deferred tax asset and liabilities are long term, they are never a part of it, and yes, they are not even contingent. There is a certainty attached to it because you are calculating your this year's income, you are calculating the Companies Act balance sheet, you are preparing your balance sheet already, you know what benefits and what losses that you are facing. So technically the correct answer is actually C. They are both a part of non-current. Deferred tax asset goes into non-current assets, deferred tax liability goes into deferred tax non-current liabilities. Okay, they are not to be classified as current assets or current liabilities, that for that matter. If the tax law does not allow an item of expenditure, the disallowed amount will result in increased current tax, deferred tax, asset, liability, or none. Okay, making a chart. This is Companies Act and this is Income Tax Act. If the tax law does not allow an item of expenditure, okay, if the tax law, there is an expense which Companies Act allowed but they didn't allow. No expense not allowed matlab you are having more profit matlab more tax that you are paying currently. ठीक है, currently you are paying more tax. That means in the future you will pay more tax today means less tax tomorrow. The correct answer would be deferred tax asset in this case. ठीक है, so yes, deferred, अच्छा इसमें दिया ही नहीं हुआ. There is a deferred tax asset increase. There's an increase in deferred tax asset and this year you are paying more current tax as well. This is also correct. This is basically a question of IIBF book. So I'll go for, they have specified increased current tax here. So this is a nearest answer. But as per calculation, this also forms the formation of deferred tax for the year. But in terms of current tax, yes. Since a profit is disallowed, you'll have to pay more tax. Acha, and at the same time, DTA is formed when they have to also specify the word temporary. Whenever you find temporary differences between the laws, only then DTA arises. Okay? Okay. It's a very important area to understand this entire calculation method. Okay, the answer is increased current tax. If the question would have said the word temporary na, this year or the future years, then it would have been a deferred tax asset. Since in this case they are just saying ki this is not allowed, that's a increase in current tax. Which of the following is an advantage of GST? We are starting with the goods and service tax. Goods and service tax was introduced just a few years back, 2017. It's been around 7 years right now. In July, it would be 7 years complete. It increases the complexity of tax structure. वैसे practically it does, in books we don't say that. It reduces the cost of production. It can be the point because multiple taxes have been removed. It discourages compliance with tax regulations, you bet. It includes so many tax regulations: monthly returns, yearly return, quarterly return. I think I was going through a specific transaction, the GST regulation there. It stated that a big organization which has to pay uh, they have to file their return of GST every single month. So with monthly returns, there are 12, along with the quarterly returns, along with the annual return. Overall, that organization was finding 37 returns of GST of different types in a year. 37. The tax regulations are not getting lessened at all with GST. That's one truth. It limits the growth of economy. Nahin. In the beginning, even I would agree. I thought that this would be hampering the economy, and it did, because after demonetization, introducing it just a year after, we were just recovering from the demonetization and we faced GST back to back. And before our country would have actually taken it slowly and steadily, but with 2020 hit, we were again hit. So our growth in terms of the working was definitely hit, but none of these things were bad. Demonetization is something I think I won't comment on that, because in terms of economy, we are currently talking about direct and indirect tax. In our examination, they are covering that part. So in terms of GST, it has everything has a pros and con. So, but it doesn't limit the growth of economy as for now. It is not doing that way. ठीक है, it is reducing the cost of production. It has increased inflation at one point, but yes, all the XYZ छोटे छोटे taxes that were there, they are all eradicated. So that's one truth. Okay. How does the comprehensive IT system benefit taxpayers under GST? It makes compliance difficult. It increases opacity in tax processes. It provides online taxpayer services. It discourages taxpayer from using technology. This is definitely wrong. IT system never does that. Rather, I think because of the IT systems, I don't have to run to GST department just to file my income, the GST return. I don't have to deposit my tax by standing in long queues. I can get it done at my place. So technically, these IT systems have benefited us a lot. That means we are having, it provides online taxpayer services. These taxpayer services are a boon and a bane as well. Boon because 90% work can be done from the CA offices, CS offices, but bane because this is done round the clock. There's no life. So that's one particular practical reality. Okay. Then how do bank branches handle services provided to each other under GST? They do not provide services to each other. They do not need to pay tax on such services. They claim ITC later, or they pay tax without claiming any credit. You cannot do this. Okay, you just cannot pay tax without claiming the credit. Why are we doing this? If I am paying tax and I don't get any benefit out of it, then what's the fun of paying tax? If I don't cry in front of income tax department, GST department, that hi I paid tax, hi I paid tax, you have to remember that part, na? So then basically what you will do is, the moment you pay tax, you say, my one pocket is paying to another pocket, ma'am. Why are you even charging it? In GST says, go ahead and adjust it now. Then whatever you have to pay, you just remove what you already paid. That is called input tax credit. That is ITC. So you can definitely have that ITC. They claim ITC later. This gives a sigh of relief that array we have paid and we are claiming the same here as well. Last question for the day. What changes have occurred regarding actionable claims under GST? They are not, they are no longer considered as services. They are taxed as goods. They are taxed at a reduced rate. They are exempt from taxation. The correct answer would be they are taxed as goods. ठीक है, the taxed as goods. Everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar and I am with you with the era of accounting and financial management for bankers. What are we dealing with, everyone? Okay, we are done with a major part of our syllabus already. Individual chapters, actually we are completely done it once. We are completely done with module A, B, C, D. In the previous playlist you will find the entire modules chapter wise. So you can see the classes module wise, chapter wise. There is a set of around 12 to 14 classes in each particular module. So you have around, you can say, 48 to 52 classes would be there. Actually more than that, up to 55 classes can be there in the specific area of individually covering the chapters in a series of maybe one class, two class. It depends upon the specific topic itself. So if you're planning to look forward towards purchasing our courses as well, then this is the perfect time as well, everyone. Why? Because currently we are having 79% discount on our courses, plus 1% extra is there on our downloading of the app. That means you will get 80% off if you purchase our courses right away. So if you haven't enrolled into our courses yet, then hurry up. This is the perfect time. Double validity is there on Mahapacks and 80% off is on all our courses regarding JIB as well as CIB. You just use the code Y541 and only then you'll be able to get 80% discount, right? So if you're planning to do this, then download the app first so that you can get 1% extra, right? There are multiple codes which are available in the app itself, but if you use the specific code, you will get 80% discount. Check it out on our website and our app for further details. By the end of the session, I'll show you our website as well, where to go if you're planning to purchase it and why you should purchase it as well. Currently, this particular Mahapack includes English medium, bilingual, then plus the entire test series, ebooks, revision batches, plus all the specific classes are included in this era. That means each and every class PDF, ebooks, everything is included. Marathons, mini marathons, everything included in this specific era. So if you're planning to look forward towards your examination, then hurry up. The time is ticking away. You should enroll right away as the exam is on 2nd of June. Okay, everyone, let's look forward towards the questions that we are having today. Go ahead and answer this question. Mr. A purchased a machinery for 1 lakh on 1st of October 2009. Transportation expenses, installation expenses are of 10,000 and 4,000 respectively. Everyone, if you got a particular asset and you spent a certain amount on it, right, in order to make it better, so that is also included in it, na, right? That means if you are incurring any charges in order to include it, in order to make that asset ready to use, you will be adding it up. That means 1 lakh plus 10,000 plus 4,000 all included. Then we have dismantling of the old machine for rupees 10,000. Matlab, without dismantling the old machine, of course, I cannot put the new machine, right? Then comes the market value of the machine was estimated to be 1,20,000 on 1st March. Matlab, if I buy a new machine, it would be 1,20,000. While finalizing the books of accounts, A values the machinery at 1,20,000 in his accounts. Why should be recorded at the market value? See, there is a concept violation. It is saying which of the following concepts is violated by A. He is actually recording everything at market value, right? Is it cost concept, matching concept, realization concept, or periodicity concept? According to you, what's going to be the answer? See, something that belongs to the organization and is written in a manner that you are recording it under market value concept. You don't record things at market value. I got a particular car. I'm going to use it for the next 10 years. I don't sit in my car every single day and before driving, I'm like, today it's worth is this. No, today is worth is that. No, I just bought the car. I will determine its market value the day I'll be selling it. I'm not going to revalue it. I'm never going to record it at market value, right? As soon as you take your car out, at least 50,000 amount goes down. The moment you buy it, after a month, if you're trying to sell it up, that is the amount that you will definitely have a fall in. You know? So when we talk about this specific area, we, in terms of the cost concept, there's a clear violation. Why aren't we recording things at the historical cost? Done? The answer is cost concept. Next question. Okay. I hope this is visible clearly. Better now? Okay. I think it would be better visible right now. Now, Messrs ABC, which is registered in 2000, has been following the straight line method of depreciation. In the current year, it changed its method from SLM to WDV. Since such a change would result in the additional depreciation of 200 lakhs, as a result of which the firm would qualify to be declared as a sick industrial unit. The auditor raised the objection to this change in this method of depreciation. The objection by the auditor is justified because change of method of depreciation should be only done with the consent of the auditor, or depreciation method can be changed from WDV SLM, not vice versa. This is just not relevant. You can change your method as and when there is actually a requirement and it shows the true picture of your organization. Change in the method of depreciation should be done only if it is required by some statute, or change would result in more appropriate presentation of financial statements, or for compliance with the accounting standard. Methods of depreciation cannot be changed under any circumstances. What's going to be the answer, everyone? You can definitely change it. Consistency methods clearly says कि ठीक है, you follow one particular thing, but there is no hard and fast rule कि नहीं, you cannot change. Change in terms of the method is definitely allowed, everyone. What does it say? Change in the method of depreciation should be done only if it is required by some statute, matlab law is asking, or change would result in more appropriate presentation of the financial statements, or for compliance with the accounting standard. Done? Everybody sorted? Everybody sorted with it? Chaliye, now let's move on to the next question. The answer is change in the method. Arey, this is absolutely allowed. See, the point is, where is it written in the books of accounts that you cannot make changes? You are free to make changes, but you are allowed to make changes only and only when they are justified and at the same time consistent. मतलब ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It shouldn't happen this way that you are doing those changes, you are getting those changes, but you are frequently changing your methods, which is definitely wrong because your previous books of accounts and current books of accounts become uncomparable, है ना? Because of the particular difference in the books of accounts, which is definitely wrong. Acha, next question is of costing, everyone. I hope it is visible now. The management of the manufacturing company is contemplating of the implementation of ABC costing system. In the process of designing the system, they need to identify suitable cost of allocation basis for assigning indirect cost to products. Which of the following statement best describes the role of cost allocation basis in ABC? Cost allocation basis in ABC are arbitrary factors chosen in terms to allocate cost. Cost allocation in ABC are predetermined measures that have casual relationship with the consumption of resources with the products. Cost allocation in terms of ABC, activity based costing. Acha, let's finish off the particular options and I'll tell you about it. applied across the products regardless of their resource patterns, or cost allocation is solely determined by direct labor hours spent. See, when you're looking forward towards finding out the activity-based costing, there are different activities involved now. In terms of the production, you might be doing multiple things. I might be involved in the production of that particular thing. Okay, I'm producing it, and with the production process, there are other things I'm doing as well now. For example, I'm using machine. It will the cost allocation of machine should be based upon the hours it's working. In terms of the labor hours which are being spent, electricity, the consumption of the electricity in this case, per unit consumption there. Then when we talk about this entire system of activity based costing, what do we get out of it? Activity based costing matlab whatever activities are being done, how do we look forward towards that area, है ना? So in this case, can we say the cost allocation basis in ABC are predetermined measures that have casual relationship with the consumption of the resources? Isn't be the answer, right? See, the point is, if you talk about labor, it should be based upon the labor hours. If there are multiple departments, then the hours defined by each and every department would be used in this case. Then we have machinery. In terms of machinery, hours spent. In terms of the raw material, the per kg amount that is being spent. So you'll find out the basis on which you should allocate it. This is not a stabilized basis system. You will see there is no uniform system. Everything has its own way. See, if I talk about ATM allocations, how many times the ATM is being filled in a week or in a day, है ना? That is also required. If I talk about the system, computer systems, for how long this computer system is working, that would be used. So this will vary from case to case, na? That is ABC, activity based costing. Next point. This is again a costing based question, na? A company produces two types of products, product A and product B. Product A requires extensive machine setup time before the production begins, while the product B can be produced with minimal setup time. Which cost concept is most relevant for analyzing the cost difference between these two products? Cost object, cost center, cost allocation base, or cost behavior? Right? It is visible clearly now. A, B, C, and D, everyone. See, when we talk about two specific products and we talk about the production, one has a minimal setup time, the other one takes a lot of time. Before there's an extensive time which is required for setting up. That means in this case, if we have to make the particular amount allocations, that is called cost object. The difference is between the area of cost object, everyone. That's the correct answer. Done. Next question. This is a question from the module C. Which of the following is true regarding the cash flow statement? It provides information about the company's assets and liabilities at a specific point in time. It details the sources and uses of cash over a specific period. It primarily focuses on the company's profitability. It is prepared according to generally accepted accounting principles. GAAP. What's the answer, everyone? Cash flow statement is as per Accounting Standard 3 or it is as per IND AS 7. What's going to be the answer? Cash flow statement. Do you know cash flow statement is not a original statement? It's a statement which is prepared using the P&L and profit and loss account as well as balance sheet of the organization. That's how they create the cash flow statement. When they create the cash flow statement, it is based upon the sources and uses of the cash over a specific period of time. We're talking about a specific time period through which we are studying it, right? It details the sources and uses of cash over a specific period. Next question, everyone. Another question regarding cash flow. Cash flow is normally prepared for a year and it is compulsory for all those companies which are listed. Which section of the cash flow statement includes cash flows from operating activities? Financing, investing, operating, none. Cash flows, when we're talking about this, which section of the cash flow statement includes cash flows from operating activities? In this case, can we say we are talking about regarding operating activities? It is very simple. It is regarding operating activities. When you are talking about your businesses, Vesana, this question has to be rephrased. This is directly giving the hint. Which section of the cash flow statements includes cash flows from business activities? This is a better question. Okay? Done, everyone? Easier question. Now let's move on towards the next question. Which of the following transactions would be classified as an investing activity on the cash flow statement? Payment of dividend to shareholders, issuance of long-term debt, purchase of equipment, or sale of goods to customers? What's going to be the answer, everyone? Which of the following transactions would be classified as an investing activity? As an investing activity, when you're talking about investing, it is related to the area of getting an asset. So I would say this would be based upon sale of goods to customers. Nope. We are purchasing an equipment. This is investment based. This is an investment. The correct answer is purchase of investment. Done? Now let's move on. What do you mean by the term EBITDA in the financial reporting? Vese, this is the term which you might have heard a lot when we were dealing with the area of leasing, and you will find it in your CIB a lot as well. Earning before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, and earning before interest, income tax, depreciation, then amortization, interest, tax, dividend, amortization, or interest, taxes, depreciation, and assets. See, the last one is definitely out of the window. This is just out. Earnings before interest, tax, dividend, and amortization. This is definitely not making sense. This is basically interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. Depreciation and amortization is basically, depreciation is on tangible assets, while amortization is on intangible assets. Next question. Which of the following statements is true regarding the statement of cash flows? It is used to calculate company's net income. It provides information about the company's financial position at a specific point in time. It reconciles the company's beginning and ending retained earnings. It details the sources and uses of cash over a specific period. Cash flows. What is true about cash flows? It details the sources and application of funds. This is similar to the question that was given in the very beginning, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers, that is AFM. Everybody, I hope you remember your JAIB registration is starting soon, so register yourself as early as possible. Okay. Today we are going on, with the next level of questions, right? So we have started with the series, which is a mix of multiple questions. So here comes the first question, everyone. Which depreciation method allocates an equal amount of depreciation expense each year of an asset's useful life? SLM, double declining, units of production, or sum of years digit? Okay, before we proceed further, everyone, first of all, please share this session among your peers and don't forget to like this session. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, then please do the same as early as possible. Okay, now let's begin with the session. Okay. In this area, we're talking about SLM method, na? So under SLM method, we have only one specific amount. It doesn't change in any specific year at all. In double declining, the depreciation is doubled because we might be using it more. Units of production talks about the production process. It talks about the number of units that would be produced, would be utilized in this area, right? And the last one would be the point there as sum of years digit method. This is also not equal amount. This is always declining. Then SLM is the answer. Under SLM, you have the same amount every single year, everyone. It doesn't change at all. Right? Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Which depreciation method is often used for assets such as vehicles or machinery where wear and tear of the assets are directly related to the usage? SLM, double declining, units of production, or sum of year digit method? Everyone, this question relates to the usage. Right? In the previous question, it talked about the same amount being used, same amount charged as a depreciation every single year unfailingly. Right? So what's the answer according to you? When we talk about the answer to this question, we're talking about usage. It is units of production method. The more you produce, the higher will be your depreciation, because this is based upon units of production. The answer is C, everyone. Then which of the following is true regarding the authorized share capital, everyone? It represents the total number of shares issued by the company. It represents the maximum number of shares of a company is legally allowed to issue. It represents the total market value of all outstanding shares, or it represents the portion of share capital owned by institutional investors. Acha, do you know what exactly is authorized share capital? The other names of authorized share capital is authorized basically simply means the one which we have taken permission for. Okay, that is the term authorized means. So in this case, they simply mean authorized is basically that part which is basically we have taken permission from ROC to raise this much amount of money. That is why we call it authorized. Okay. So the other name of authorized is the registered capital, also called as the nominal capital. This is the minimum capital that we are trying to raise. Okay, this is the maximum, sorry. This is the maximum that we are allowed to raise in an organization. Right? So in this area, they have talked about the portion of authorized share capital. It represents which is basically the maximum we can raise. Okay, this is the maximum number of the shares a company is legally allowed to issue. Now the next question arises, can we increase it further? Indeed, we can increase it further, but the rule is that you have to apply for changes in your memorandum of association, that is your internal books. You have to allow that you can change it. That is under a capital clause. Okay, you can change the particular amount further and you can increase it accordingly. What is the par value of the share, everyone? Is it the market value, maximum value, minimum value, or the nominal value? According to you, what is the amount? When we talk about the par value, this is the book value. This is what we allow as the books of accounts says. The nominal value assigned to a share by the company at the time of issuance is called nominal value. Okay? The par value of the share is the nominal value assigned to the share by the company at the time of its issuance. Okay. That was an old slide. Chali. Which of the following will be treated as a drawings, everyone? What do you mean by drawings first? Let's talk about that first. Huh? What do you mean by the term drawings? What do you mean by the term drawings, everyone? If I take the money out of my business, but that too for my personal reasons, not for the business purpose, that is considered as drawings. And this particular concept arises because of going concern concept. Going concern concept says that going concern nahi, this is based upon business entity concept. Business entity concept says that the business and the businessman are not the same. Okay, they are two different organizations. Okay, so when we say they're two different organizations, this simply means that if we are treating it as a two different organization system, then the capital that I'm introducing is my money which I've given to the company, and if that money is taken out because of any specific reason from the business, then it's a drawing. That is the personal expense, that the personal withdrawal of money for the person's use, the proprietor's use or his family use, or even he can take up anything. मतलब ऐसा भी हो सकता है, he can take the goods from the organization instead of cash. This is also possible, right? Done, everyone? So in this case, according to you, what is the answer? Withdrawing money for payment of salary to employees, this is regular business. Withdrawing money for payment of creditors, regular. Withdrawing money for business for private expenses. Private expenses is the answer, everyone. The answer is withdrawing money from business for private expenses. The answer is actually C. Done, everyone? Next question. Consider the single entry system of bookkeeping. Which of the following statement is true regarding the limitations and characteristics? But this topic of incomplete record, the single entry system is also known as the accounts of incomplete records. Do we say this? Because this basically records only one part, one aspect. It doesn't record the complete portion. That's why it's called accounting of incomplete records or single entry system of bookkeeping. So, in this case, what's the correct answer according to you? In this case, the correct answer should be what? When we talk about single entry, the scientific system used by large business houses, no. It records both aspects of every transaction comprehensively. Under the system, only personal accounts are maintained, leading to incomplete and unsystematic records, or single entry system is suitable for detailed profit and loss. Detailed profit and loss is also wrong. It records both is also wrong. So these are all to be eliminated. There is only one correct answer, that is C. Under the system, only the personal accounts are maintained, leading to incomplete and unsystematic records. Done? Here comes the next question, everyone. This question talks about the area of financial statements serve as the principal source of information about the economic activities of the enterprise. They do. And users with limited authority, ability, or resources rely on financial statements for economic decision making. Both assertion and reasoning are true. Reasoning is correct explanation. Both are false. Both are true, but reasoning is false. Or both are true. No. Assertion is true, reasoning is false, and assertion is false, but the reasoning is true. See, without these financial information, can we find out what's exactly happening in the organization? To be very honest, everyone, just think about it. You really need to know what exactly the books are. You really need to know what exactly is specified in our books. Till that particular thing is not given, how can we find out? Right? First of all, we should be absolutely clear about what exactly the financial statements of the organizations look like. And mind it should be realistic. Why should it be realistic? Because if it is unrealistic in nature, then it is unrealizable as well. है ना? If the books are unreliable, then that is not good for us. Because unrealistic and unreliable books will not be considered, and the particular person who is interested in invest in our organization will be reluctant. Isn't it? So in this case, when we talk about financial statements serve as the principal source, and users with unlimited authority, ability, or with limited authority rely on these statements. Both are true, and this is even true in terms of the reasoning. Financial statements are basically the mirror image of the organization in a simpler manner. है ना? Correct? This is what it does. So here comes the next question. The balance sheet helps in ascertaining the financial position of the business, including the availability of cash, assets, and liabilities. A balance sheet is comparable to a doctor feeling a person's pulse to determine their health. Okay, basically, the balance sheet shows the true nature of the organization's position. What exactly is the position of the organization? How many debts do they possess? How many loans they have? And how many loans have been paid off as well? Right? We need to know what is the particular amount that they owe to someone else, or how much amount they are paying to someone else. Hannah, this is important for us. So when we talk about this specific area, balance sheet shows the true nature. Indeed, it does. The reason it can show the true nature, because it shows the net worth of the organization. है ना? Once you show the true nature of an organization, then the entire game changes. Because you can decide whether you want to invest in that organization. Is it really worthy of that particular to have that specific amount of money or not? है ना? So financial statements will determine your financial health. So this is actually true, and it is a correct explanation of A as well. है ना? Done. Next question. In context of the dual aspect concept of double entry bookkeeping, why is it considered a specific scientific approach in accounting? Everybody, what do you mean by dual aspect? Dual aspect concept is basically debit is equal to credit. Everything has a debit and the credit side. है ना? Done? Okay. Now, it emphasizes ignoring one aspect of every transaction. The system records only the giving aspect of transactions. The dual aspect ensures, analysis ensures that every transaction has two aspects and it is both recorded. Matlab, either you don't be like, I'll record either one side or the other side. You will have to record both sides. And the system focuses on personal accounts exclusively. Nahi. The dual aspect analysis talks about the duality. Matlab, debit and credit, both aspects are recorded of everything. है ना? So in this case, what's going to be the answer? The C is answer because we talk about dual aspect. And this is also very interesting. What do you mean by convention of conservatism? First of all, convention matlab whatever practices that are being followed in the market. They're called conventions. Then the second point says the convention of conservatism. Conservatism means what? Net assets and incomes are likely to be understated rather than overstated. What does this imply? It encourages overstatement of assets. It promotes understatement. The convention prioritizes overstatement for a better presentation, or it favors cautious approach, understating and net assets and income. See, the point is if you go to the deep meaning of something, why do we look forward towards conservatism? We say that people are conservative. In the normal English, even we say na that these people are conservative because those people are just reserving or preserving their memories or people or whatever they want to, है ना? Or the religion even. Conservatism seriously says that to protect the organization. You be ready that yes, if you can have a profit at one point of time, you can face losses at the other as well. We have to be very much open about this fact that organization can have a loss and can also have a profit. है ना? Everyone? So what does this mean? Then when we talk about the conservatism, in this case we anticipate the losses but not profits. In this we anticipate losses but not profits. So in this case, what's going to be the answer? Anticipate the losses but not profits. So that means it's a cautious approach, isn't it? You're being very extremely cautious that whatever will happen, we need to be very clear and open about it, right? So in this case, the right answer is D, everyone. Acha, before I end my session, let's review our course there. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Afsara 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. Acha, before I proceed further, everyone, I hope you know the examination registration has just started. So if you haven't registered yourself yet, then hurry up. It has just started from today itself. You should register yourself as early as possible due to one strong reason. I'm sorry. So the basic reason is if you go for it right away, at least you will not have to worry about your examination center. You will not have to worry about your examination slot, right? And early registration matlab better examination center, slot of your choice, and even if you face any glitches, that can be served well during the day itself because it is just started. So you have from 5th of March to 27th of March to fill up the form. So if you haven't done it yet, then I believe find that particular time where you feel the minimum number of walk-ins is there on the particular website so that you face lesser number of problems. And once you have registered yourself, then look forward towards hardcore preparation because now the days are counted. है ना? It is March going on, it is 5th of March right now, and you have your examination starting from 25th of May. The days are extremely counted, and you have a very, very limited time to look forward to. So kindly go ahead and check it out on our website or in our app for further details. You'll find the details in the app itself. Along with this, you can find the details on the IIBF website as well. First of all, go through the guidelines of the examination, how to apply and all those basic details, and keep your payment system handy so that once your entire form is filled, you don't have to run away here and there. Your real-time error should not come in regarding the payments and all, right? Along with this, for this examination now become very serious because I hope you have seen the date sheet as well. 25th and 26th back to back, PPB as well as IE and FS is there, and then you have our examination of AFM. So I believe it is very, very important that we are looking forward towards this examination in the most sorted manner, है ना? Acha, then next point, I hope if you're looking forward to our courses, then you have reviewed our courses already, and if you haven't, then you should definitely go ahead. Why? Because at this point of time, our sale is live. Sale is live matlab you can find our courses at a very less price. All you need to do is you need to go on to our website, right? And you just have to use the code Y541 and you will get a discount of 81% right away. Why 81%? Because 80% is there, and if you download the app right away, you will get 1% extra. That particular benefit is available exclusively during this period. As we know, the registration has started and you might be looking forward towards your examination, and if you haven't enrolled, then you're looking forward towards courses as well. So I believe once you're looking forward to it, you should check out our courses there. And just a moment, showing it to you right away. Okay. Let me show you where to go exactly. This is our this is the specific thing that is coming up at this point of time. The registration has started. On the eve of registration, we have started with this specific area. 80% discount flat is available, along with 1% discount extra is available on our courses there. So you get 81% discount, and you need to use the code Y541 and you will get double validity on the Mahapack as well. You buy it for 6 months, you get it for 12, and along with this, 81% is already available on all the courses. 81% discount is available if you download the app as well. So kindly check it out on our website and our app for further details. Okay, and at the same time, all the very best, everyone. The timing, or I would say the counted days are left. You should really work hard on achieving your goals now, right? Okay. Starting with the practice questions further. Everyone, please share this particular session among your peers and don't forget to like the particular class as well as go ahead and subscribe our channel as well. Here comes the first question, everyone. This is a question related to the accounting standards. The main objective of the accounting standards is, why do we look forward towards accounting standards, everyone? There's a strong reason why we look forward towards accounting standards. These accounting standards have played a very important role, right? When we talk about the accounting standards, they made the things more, I would say they made the things more systematic, right? They not only made the particular thing more systematic, it has also made it better for the understanding of this entire topics as well. Because whenever you are studying, you understand that there are certain standards which has been set, right? At the same time, not only the standards have been set, we can also understand that there are certain rules and norms which are prepared. So to prepare the accounting reports, which is easily understood by the common man, to comply with the legal formalities, to harmonize the diversified accounting practices, or to comply with the requirements of the international accounting standards. What's going to be the answer? See, accounting standards weren't really made to make sure that we are working as per the accounting standards. Was it? Was it a legal formality? No, it wasn't really a legal formality. Uh, to prepare the accounting reports, nahi. This is the basic work of bookkeeping. To harmonize the diversified accounting practices, that can be the point. But the point is, India was actually forced to maintain their books of accounts as per accounting international financial reporting standards. There were financial reporting standards which were made, and they had to follow the accounting standards as well. If they would have faced any specific problem there, they would have faced a lot of issues further, है ना? So technically it is done to comply with the requirements of international accounting standards. That is IAS. They are also known as International Financial Reporting Standards and Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. Done, everyone? Okay, moving on to the next point. Acha. We have four different concepts: materiality, going concern, historical concept, and consistency concept. The same accounting method used by a firm from one period to another, an inappropriate assumption of firm being bankrupt, a normal basis used for accounting assets, or relates to the importance of an item or an event. See, materiality concept means something which is really very important, है ना? And when we talk about going concern concept, the going concern concept says men may come and men may go, but we strongly believe that the organization is here to stay, है ना? That's one of the basic things that the organization strongly believes in. That is why it can look forward towards its work, na? Why would someone really look at working and all? Because if you feel the organization can die at any point of time, why would you even look forward towards the work altogether? You'll be scared about the organization and its survival all the time. So going concern clearly and positively believes कि नहीं, the organization is here to stay, it is going to be there. So that's the most important topic. And that's actually the crux, right? Okay. Now let's move on to the next point. Materiality concept, historical cost concept talks about the history. That means if we talk about the historical cost concept, it talks about the history of the organization. History means we are looking at the prices which were at which the things were bought. Consistency concept talks about point number one, point number two. If you are looking forward towards a specific planning system, you were using a particular plan A being continued, then you moved towards B method. There is no problem in changing the method, everyone. The problem is if you change the specific method and you do not remain working in this second method as well. You have to keep on working in the second method with the same uniformity, right? Only and only then it would be considered consistency. So materiality concept is the same accounting concept used for one period to another. This is D. This actually match the following. I'll go for D for 1, right? Then we have materiality concept. Materiality means a normal basis of accounting. Inappropriate relates to the importance of an item. Materiality always means the item, which is very important to us. So technically D and A done. Then we are left with going concern. Going concern concept says men may come and men may go, but the organization is here to continue. That is, I would say B. This would be wrong if the organization is dying and still saying that we will survive. They cannot. Bankruptcy clearly means they will die. And then comes historical cost concept. Historical cost concept, it is normally the basis on which we record our assets. If I bought my car would be recorded as per the history, whatever price I paid for that. So in this case, the correct answer was 4231. And that is what we have chosen. Here, this one is actually, this one is for 4 and this one is for 2. Then this one is for 3 and this one is for 1. So you've got the answers. You've got the answer. Next pointer. Which depreciation method allocates an equal amount of depreciation expense each year of an asset's useful life? Straight line depreciation, double declining balance depreciation, units of production depreciation, or sum of years digits depreciation. Which method of depreciation allocates an equal amount of depreciation expense? An equal amount of depreciation expense is straight line, double declining, units of production, or sum of the year digit. See, if the same method of depreciation is being used and at the same time the depreciation cost is also the same, that is an SLM. What is the formula for straight line method? That is, from cost you remove the salvage value divided by the number of years, okay, and multiplied by 100 if you're looking forward towards the percentage. The percentage is also fixed on the basis of fixed on cost, that is fixed on the purchase price, not every year price changing, and it is basically also called fixed installment because the installment does not change. So this method is covered here. Done, everyone? All sorted? Okay. The straight line method is the answer. Straight line depreciation allocates an equal amount of depreciation expense to each year of an asset's useful life. It is calculated by dividing the asset's cost by its useful life. Done, everyone? Everybody done? Let's move on to the next question. Which depreciation method is often used for assets such as vehicles and machinery where the wear and tear of the assets are directly related to the area of usage? Straight line, double declining, units of production, or sum of the digits. पता है, if I'm using things for commercial purposes, what happens? See, if I buy a car and I'm using it for personal use, you'll always find I'll be using in a very beautiful, elegant, slower manner. Obvious. I will not be very rough and tough in terms of the usage. I will not be using my particular thing in a very harsh and rough manner. I'll be very soft towards it, right? So what is it that we're looking forward to? We will make sure that things are being done in a proper manner, है ना? So in this case, the uh, when we are buying it for commercial purpose, it is used in a rough, tough manner. Every single possible way it would be chosen. So commercial would simply mean it was going to be used in a rough, tough and a rugged manner. So the depreciation will be more in that case, right? And lesser in the other case. So in this case, what's happening? This is called units of production method. This is based upon for how much time we are actually using it. Done? Chali. Now let's move on to the next point. Which of the following is true regarding authorized share capital? What about authorized share capital, everyone? Authorized share capital simply means that that is a form of capital which talks about basic thing. Authorized means the one you have got permission for, right? It represents the total number of shares issued by the company. It represents the maximum number of shares it is legally allowed to, or it represents the total market value of all outstanding shares. It represents a portion of share capital owned by the investors. Then what's going to be the answer? In this case, when we talk about the authorized share capital, authorized is basically the one we get permission for. So technically, it represents the maximum number of shares we have got. Acha, pata even the permission is taken and you have to pay to the ROC and you have to take permission. There's a specific form that you fill up and on the basis of that, you get the specific error. Okay? So technically, you get the permissions to look forward towards the specific uh, increase in capital, and if there's any problem there and further, then you can actually go ahead and have a word with ROC. But before that, what you can do is you can make the changes in your own books of accounts, which is called memorandum of association. Later on, you can look forward towards ROC for changing in the capital clause as well. That means you can increase your authorized capital, you can increase your subscribed as well as the other part of capital as well. And this practice is still going on. Hello everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar and I'm with you with the area of accounting and financial management for bankers. Okay everyone, good evening, and I hope you know the registration has begun, and with registration our sale is also going on. But before I proceed for both the things, first of all, the most important thing, registration has started. This is the first week without any late fees, without any additional expenses to incur or something. You should really go ahead with this particular time itself. Examination center choice, then your time slot preferences, everything is available at this point of time. Once you go for the last week or the second last week, that's just something which you are getting leftovers of what other people have already not taken up. They have dropped that idea, right? That means this would mean your examination center is going to be far away. The examination slot will not be of your choice. You might have to compromise on multiple things, and in case there's any issue with the payment scenario, then even there is no clarity, right? Because so you are going to apply on the at the nick of the time, just by the end of it. So it's not something that you should do. So you should register yourself as early as possible. Number two, our sale has started. So if you are someone who has just begun their JIB preparation, then this is the perfect time, because what you can do is you can check out our courses, because currently they are available at the lowest price. Lowest means actually the lowest price. So let me show you where you can go for that. You just have to go on to our website, that is www.adda247.com. Go on to this area, go on to the area of JIB and CIB, go on to the area of JIB, CIB, Mahapack. Under Mahapack, you get bilingual, English medium, both classes, the entire JIB, entire CIB, including your optional subjects as well. No, there is no choice that acha this one or that one. No, all the CIB subjects would be there. Mini marathons and Maha marathons, everything would be included in this. So technically all these things would be available to you. All you need to do is you need to go on to the JIB CIB Mahapack or JIB Mahapack. If you go for the JIB Mahapack, this is only for JIB. As you can see, the 78% discount is the entire JIB, entire CIB, including your optional subjects as well. No, there is no choice that acha this one or that one. No, all the CIB subjects would be there. Mini marathons and Maha marathons, everything would be included in this. So technically all these things would be available to you. All you need to do is you need to go on to the JIB CIB Mahapack or JIB Mahapack. If you go for the JIB Mahapack, this is only for JIB. As you can see, the 78% discount is going on. Use the code Y541. As soon as you'll apply the code Y541, this is available at 81% discount. That means less than 6,000 rupees. So one of the lowest prices you'll ever see in terms of the JIBs here. Kindly go ahead and check it out on our website and our app and use the code Y541. Get the particular course as early as possible and start right away, because March has started. So you have lesser time and more dedication is required, more time is required from your side, so that you clear the examination in the very first attempt, because now only in the first attempt we have that zeal, that passion to clear the examinations with that high spirit. After this it really becomes something which it is dragging on to. So one particular thing, it's way better if you're going for the first time, go ahead, act fresh and apply your entire strength there, right? Okay, so with this motivation part, let's go back to our website, to our course there. I started with the journey of the practice questions, right? Apologies for being a little out of breath, not feeling well enough today, but we had our class, so here today. Okay, first of all, please subscribe to our channel and at the same time share it among your peers, and also like the particular video as well. Your little initiative pays a lot of I would say it is very important for us, because this provides us a particular appreciation feeling ki yes, someone is looking at our courses and it is helpful for someone, right? Okay everyone, starting with the first question. This is a question based upon cash flows. Please go ahead and answer everyone. Okay, the question says which of the following is incorrect about the statement of cash flows? It provides information about the cash receipts and cash payments of an enterprise. It reconciles ending cash balances as per the bank statement. It provides information about the operating, investing, and financing. It explains deviations from cash earnings. There is no deviation from cash earnings, everyone. Is there anything like that? One particular thing is cash flow statement would talk about one particular thing, that is inflow and outflow of cash. The reason it will talk about inflow and outflow, because we want to know what is happening with our money. Are we receiving any money, or are we losing any money? है ना? It's obvious we would like to know where we exactly stand, isn't it? Isn't that the one particular thing that every business would be looking forward to? So that's one particular thing that we're talking about. Acha, theek hai. Chaliye. Now, when we talk about this inflow and outflow, the answer is it talks about the cash receipts and cash payments. ठीक है? Oh, just correcting it for you. The answer to this question is it. Acha, there it is. The correct answer is B only. It reconciles the ending cash balance with the bank balance as per the bank statement. It relates to the bank reconciliation statement. When we talk about the cash inflows, na, this is they're talking about something which is incorrect, na. Incorrect matlab it is terribly wrong. So yes, it explains the deviation of cash from earnings because it talks about cash. This one is correct. This one is also correct. Providing, operating, these are the three activities in which cash inflow or cash outflow is determined. So that is one particular part. This is a part of bank reconciliation statement. A statement of BRS has been added just to confuse you further. Right? Done? Chaliye. Now let's move on. Okay. Next question. If a machine whose original cost is 40,000 having accumulated depreciation of 12,000 was sold for 34,000 while preparing cash inflow statement, its effect on the cash flows will be. What would be the effect, everyone? An interesting question for sure. I'm sorry. Done, everyone? Now think about the answer. What should be the answer according to you? Matlab, I can see that okay, I bought something for rupees 40k and then depreciation was 12k, so probably right now it is of 28k. Right, it was sold for 34, so it's fine. I think I'm having an inflow of 34 and I have a capital gain of 6,000 rupees, है ना? So technically I'm getting inflow of 34,000, 28 cost and remaining is extra. If I talk about this entire area, aren't we done with this? Cash flow from financing activities. Acha, I have sold a machine. That's an investing activity. So that is cash flow from investing activities 34,000. That's it for the answer, isn't it? Done, everyone? Chaliye. Now, the correct answer should be 34 because you got a total inflow of 34. Chaliye, then let's do it. Cash inflows from this is 34,000. The reason is it deals only with the movement of cash. Cash flow never talked about acha, what is the amount of profit? Acha, this is a particular unrealized, realized. It just says inflow of cash is a plus, outflow is a minus. है ना? Done, everyone? Okay, here comes the next question, everyone. When we talk about this area, if the goodwill is 40,000 at the beginning of the year and 48,000 by the end of the year, that means while preparing the cash flow statement, its effect on cash flow will be cash used payment in investing activities, cash received from operating activities, cash used from operating, and cash used from financing activities. What's going to be the answer, everyone? Okay, we are talking about 40 and 48. There is an increase in goodwill, huh? So probably that might be because of two reasons. Revaluation, what's stated. So obviously probably we would have bought goodwill of 8,000 rupees, है ना? The goodwill of 8,000, if it is bought, then what would be the amount? Done. So in this case, the correct answer is actually we use our cash from investing activities for our business. So cash payment in terms of investing activities, because obviously there is an increase in goodwill. That means if it is not stated, it is revalued, it is purchased goodwill. Purchased goodwill matlab we bought, है ना? Okay, now let's move on to the next question as well. The next question says opening inventory is of 1 lakh rupees, closing inventory is of 1 lakh 50, purchases are of 6 lakh, carriage is of 25,000, wages is of 2 lakh rupees. Inventory turnover ratio will be what? Okay, it's gonna be opening inventory, then plus closing inventory divided by 2. This will give you the average stock, है ना? And now I'm looking forward towards my ITR as well. ITR is basically COGS upon average stock. Average stock can be calculated. How to calculate COGS, everyone? Opening inventory plus the purchases made during the year plus wages plus carriage minus the closing stock. It comes out to be a total of 1 lakh plus 6 lakhs plus 25,000 plus 2 lakh minus 1 lakh 50,000. That gives us 7 lakh 75,000 is the COGS. ठीक है, my COGS comes out to be 7 lakh 75,000. That's one part. Divided by what? We have opening and closing inventory of 1 lakh and 1 lakh 50. The average would be 1 lakh 25. Now the answer would be 7 lakh 75,000 divided by 1 lakh 25,000. My answer comes out to be 6.2 times, everyone. We have 6.6 times, 6.5, 7 and 6.2. So the answer matches with 6.2. Okay. Now, visible now, everyone? What should be the answer? It is basically 6.2. Okay? The answer is 6.2. Okay. Moving on to the next question. If the inventory turnover ratio is divided into 365, it becomes the measure of sales efficiency, average age, sales turnover, average collection period. When we take ITR and we divide it, this is basically the, see, average collection period is for debtors. Sales turnover is for sales of the entire year, divided into different bases. So in this case, the correct answer is actually average age of inventory, for how long the particular thing is in our organization there, right? Okay, next part. A has the proprietary ratio of 25%. To maintain this ratio of 30%, management may increase equity, reduce debt, either increase equity or reduce debt, or increase current assets. Acha, proprietary ratio is basically the ratio which talks about equity portion or the proprietor's portion in the business, right? He's trying to find out his portion in the business. So when we talk about the proprietor ratio, this is basically going to talk about either increase in the equity or in the debt. Proprietary ratio talks about the increase or decrease in equity. Equity matlab the ownership. of the businessman in this business itself. Okay. Okay. So this is a practical question that I'll be dealing with tomorrow. Then, among the following, which one is false, everyone? In the absence of reconciliation, the accountants can misutilize the funds temporarily by according to entry without actually keeping deposits of the cash. Reconciliation statement can be prepared by either of the two formats. Okay, this is also true. Then we have, sorry. It is an example of payment instructed by the customer to be directly debited by the bank. Hence, it is a cash book and bank rarely makes mistakes. Hence, differences relates to the errors of generally made in cash book. So this is also true, but the point is this particular thing has one particular problem. It doesn't mean that banks will not make the errors at all. There has been situations where banks have made mistakes and they require rectification as well. So you cannot say this is the only for the accountant, but this is for to reconcile that there is no issue in the books of accounts, because even a single book of account error can create a lot of fuss, right? So that's it for the day, everyone. But before I end my session, please go ahead and check it out on our website, that is www.adda247.com, and go on to our Mahapack and purchase it right away. Use the code Y541 and get it for 5999.